All right, what's up, everybody? My name is Big Tony Z, and I'm bringing you another quick tip video. Yay! Anyways, so this one's about audio editing, and it's a simple but effective quick tip, and it's right here. Okay, I don't know if you saw that, but I'll bring it back here. So you can do it one of two ways. You can double click the WAV file like I just did, or you can click it on the channel rack, brings you this window. This window has a declicking menu right here. It's usually default to out only, no bleeding, meaning when you cut into your file, or if you drag, the edges out, it'll just chop it right off. It's not gonna do anything. It's just gonna chop it off. So with that being said, when you do this awesome little handy tip I'm telling you, like all these bleeding options, it brings a little tail to where you cut and then it fades it out. So when you bring it in, you start seeing that little window there, or a little arrow, and that's like a compression. It's supposed to simulate compression, and you see it as I start dragging it down, it starts compressing the audio. So that is what it looks like with Crossfade. I'm gonna bring it so you can get a little. So I'm gonna do it with this one. So I'm gonna bring it on. Bam. So they both got Crossfade. This I'm gonna change it to smooth, and then you see it's about half the distance. And then generic is tiny, and then transient is even, it looks the same to me, but it's got to be some kind of difference. I don't know what it is. Look at the manual. Anyways, and then of course transient, nothing, no bleeding means no edge or no tail to your cut. So crossfade is the biggest. It's the one that's gonna, it's gonna be the most elegant way to edit samples and audio files and stuff like that. Let me show you in it's not going to sound good with these two files, but I'm going to show you anyways. So how about we're going to cut just a little section in here, and I'm going to delete that and that. And then with it already being selected on Crossfade, you're going to see how it does it. So I cut the file here, but because the majority of the audio was over here, it's going to do this gradual fade into the audio, as where this one being at the end is doing a fade out. So when you're doing the tail, it's obviously going to be after your cut. And if you're doing a cut before the end, it's going to have a fade into the audio, as you see here. So let's see what that sounds like. Okay, you see how that was it was a subtle, transition to the other audio. Let's see what it sounds like with no bleeding on either or. Let's see what that sounds like. Yeah, that doesn't sound good, and I'm hearing a click, especially from the end of this one into this one. There it means that the wave where it was cut, where that last wave ends, it is not matching up to this one. So there's a difference in the signal, and that causes a click. And that's why when you see declicking, that's what that means. So I know it's kind of confusing. It took me a while to figure it out, but that's where it's at. Crossfade, We'll listen to that one more time, and I'll let you listen to the other one, and we'll call it a day. This sounds much better than no bleeding. So this is gonna be smooth. And put them on both on smooth. And notice that I don't have to go back and move anything. It automatically, sets the distance and make it to where it's even. Because, if I were to move it around a little bit like that, it wouldn't sound right. So let's hear, what is this again? Smooth. Let's hear what smooth sounds like. Real smooth like. Okay, so it didn't have the click like the non-bleeding one did, but it's still abrupt like the non-bleeding one. So not as bad, but it's still pretty abrupt. So let's hear the last one, which is generic. Let's hear that. And well, you gotta zoom in way in to see that, so. Okay, so that one, it was very abrupt, but still no clicking. So I'm thinking if you're wanting to put two different audio sources together like I am here, then I would say Crossfade would be the best. That's the best option for that kind of work. The other ones, Smooth, Generic, and Transit, those ones, in my opinion, are going to be used more for like fixing problems in a waveform. So if you're listening to your waveform and there's a click, like someone clipped, or there's some weird noise of some sort in the audio itself, that's where you would kind of do a nice, do a cut in the audio somewhere, and then from there you can use one of those other ones to where it fades that nasty sound a little bit out and then fades in the other half of the audio, so it cleans that nastiness, if you ever have it, up. So that's the uses for that one, if you were wondering, at least in my humble opinion. So take that for what you want. And yeah, thanks for sticking around for this one. I'm looking to make a song/beat for the YouTube channel itself, so I think I'm going to be making a video of producing that song. So hit me up, let me know what kind of genre I should do. I'm thinking hip hop, but hip hop's like always freaking done. So I don't know. I'm not much of an electronic guy, but I might do it just for the channel. So we'll see. Let me know. Let me know if you want to collab on this, Anyways, let me know.